A new Richmond man's dream is in ashes tonight, but he's not going to fold. He is determined to rebuild his one-of-a-kind aviary. Local 12's Brad Underwood has his story.
Hours after the fire, many of the goats are still visibly shaken up, and the birds, they aren't singing. In fact, some are charred. But the majority of them are alive, and that's what matters to Jeff Hartnady.
So we'll push forward, but financially, it's a lot to come back from.
Hartnady runs Spencer Park Aviary and Wildlife Center in New Richmond. His vision is to create a place where you can see all different kinds of birds from various parts of the world that you can't see at the zoo. This morning, their enclosure burned to the ground.
The whole place is on fire, so they just cut through windows and plastic and just let them go, hoping for the best, which is, I would have done the same thing.
Hartnady says some of the animals, like the fainting goats, were more difficult to save.
You try to move them an inch and they just faint over. So we're carrying them out and plastic's dripping on your head. It was bad.
Some of the birds, they came back, like these two tortoises from Costa Rica that Hartnady hand-raised. Others are still out there, like these red-billed hornbills from sub-Saharan Africa and two red golden pheasants.
They're here in the trees somewhere. They might actually come back down. The hornbills and the other tortoises, they won't come back. So if somebody sees them around town, call me.
Thanks to some volunteers, a wood frame and new plastic was put up today to keep the birds that are left comfortable until the full rebuild happens. Sadly, 2 birds died in the fire, including this one's mate. And 2 animals are in the hospital with burns, one a 130-pound tortoise and a mini pig. In New Richmond, Brad Underwood, Local 12 News.
The financial loss of the birds is about $25,000, but now the aviary will have to push back an opening date. If you'd like to help the aviary rebuild, we have more information at local12.com.